guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's mukbang, first off, I'm so excited because I believe it's pronounced Tres Leches. I don't know, I think so, but I've never tried it before in my entire life. So it's basically a really popular Mexican cake that has 3 different types of milk in it, and obviously, if you can tell, I didn't make this myself, but I was going to, and then I was doing research on it, and I guess obviously if you leave it overnight it can get soggy, and I didn't want that to happen. So luckily enough, there's actually this bake shop in Seattle that makes these huge versions of Tres Leches cake. Tres Leches? I don't know. But so I just picked it up from them instead of like worrying about making it myself. But then I did make these nachos, and I took pictures of every step that I took. It'll be on my Instagram highlights and my Instagram story by the time that this video is posted, with all the directions, I guess you could say. It's really simple, but there's just a lot of random ingredients. As you can see, I have Cheetos in here, so yeah. The Cheetos weren't necessarily planned, but when I was grocery shopping for the food for the nachos, they were right next to the tortilla chips I bought, and it just sounded really good, so I was like, why not try it? Wow, that's bomb. So there's like 4 different kinds of cheeses in the nachos, because I used 2 like nacho cheeses that are liquid, and then I also shredded Monterey Jack and cheddar cheese. So for today's mukbang, I'm also going to be actually delving into YouTube drama. Which there's been a lot of going on lately. I'm sure you guys know if you're like on YouTube. The videos are probably in your recommended. They were in my recommended. And I wasn't originally going to talk about drama. I had actually planned on doing a true crime video, which actually, side note, I know I get a lot of comments asking me to do conspiracy videos. Is that the same thing to you guys as a true crime video? Because to me, they're kind of the same thing. Like, I enjoy watching them equally, but I'm not sure if you guys mean like legit only conspiracies, or if you want to hear about true crime stuff too, because then I also get questions like asking me to talk about Ted Bundy and stuff. So I decided to do nachos because I realized I haven't done them in a mukbang since like last summer. So yeah, basically I wasn't going to talk about YouTube drama. I was going to do a true crime video today. But then I was getting DMs from people asking me to share my opinion on it. And so I did a poll, and I asked you guys whether or not you would want to see a true crime video or me talking about the YouTube drama, and it was like 70% wanted to see me talk about YouTube drama. So I have a lot of opinions. Usually I keep them quiet. Like, usually I don't publicly talk about when there's drama, but I do have opinions, and if you want to hear them, let's just get into it, you know? So good with sour cream too. Okay, so I guess I don't even know where to start because there's so much to talk about. I guess I'll try to like recap the drama if you're not familiar with it. That way you don't have to like watch their long ass videos. Because every single video, I swear to God, is like 40 minutes long. And then I also had to watch James Charles video at 75% speed because he talks so fast that I literally could not understand him. Because I was doing my makeup while I was listening to it, I guess, and so I couldn't make out what he was saying because I couldn't mouth read or whatever. So that video was actually like an hour at least. So I'll try to recap so you don't have to like rewatch every single video. And first, I guess I'll talk about the James Charles and Tati drama, just because I just mentioned him. And then later on in the video, I'll get into the Nikocado, Avocado, and Trisha Paytas drama. By the way, I know that probably like a lot of people are sick of YouTube drama, which by all means, you don't have to watch this video. I know I can get sick of it really easily, so I won't take offense if you don't want to watch this video. I'm not going to turn into a drama channel by any means, so yeah. Basically, what happened with James and Tati is that, okay, so honestly, I don't really know much about the beauty community in general, just because, I don't know, I don't really like watch beauty guru videos anymore. I used to be really into it, but not so much anymore. So I'm not like 100% with it on all of their relationships and like who's friends with who and all that kind of stuff. I wish Sarah was here because I feel like she knows more than I do. Like, she kind of stays up on that kind of stuff and then fills me in. From what I've watched of their videos, I've kind of formulated my own opinions. And what seems to have happened is that Tati was upset at James because she has a vitamin company that is a skincare vitamin line. And Sugar Bear Hair, if you've seen, I knew of Sugar Bear Hair, I never heard of Tati's brand, but I've seen like Kylie Jenner and all them promote Sugar Bear Hair, so I was familiar with that brand name. And basically what happened is, I guess Tati felt backstabbed by James because he did an ad for Sugar Bear Hair when she feels like she's done a lot for him in the past, and I guess he calls her his mom. Like, not literal mom, but like his mom, and she felt like she was backstabbed after all the stuff that she had done for him in the past and all the stuff that her husband had done for James, and she felt taken advantage of. So she went onto YouTube and posted a video that blew the fuck up. I didn't even watch the video at first because I was like, I literally was like, Sarah will fill me in eventually. So I wasn't gonna watch it, and then I saw it in my recommended that it had like 45 million views, and so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna watch it, might as well. So when I was watching the Tati video, I was waiting for her to show receipts of the stuff she was saying. Because I feel like if you're gonna come out online and make a huge public video about someone, like, I want to see receipts, you know? Like, I don't want you to just be sitting there talking. I don't know if what you're saying is true. So the whole video she didn't show receipts, and so I was kind of off the bat like, I don't know. I was really surprised actually that everyone was on her side and that everyone was pissed at James. I'm not gonna pick sides because I feel like there's so many, like, it's so complex that it's not like one person is an angel and one person's a devil, but I don't think that Tati deserved the praise that she got after her video, or the fame that she got after her video, just because I feel like it was kind of a low blow attack on James. Like, I didn't agree with how she handled it at all, especially coming from, like, well, let me just get into it. So first off, my main problem was the fact that she, in the video, kept saying, I love James, like, I love him so much. Like, she was tearing up. She's like, I care so much about him, and blah, blah, blah. And she kind of said that she wanted to make the video about him to call him out on his shit and kind of force him to change. But, okay, so I'm sitting here thinking, okay, who do I really love in my life? For example, Sarah. Sarah, if she backstabbed me by doing an ad for a company that was my competitor, I would never in a million years make a public video about her, ever. Like, if you really love someone and you really care about them, you don't want to see their entire career up in flames, you know? And I know that she said that that wasn't her intention and she didn't think that that was what was going to happen, but she's not naive. Like, she's what, like 30, I think? And in the past, we've all seen these kind of videos come out, and there's always hate on the end of it. Like, someone's always getting bullied and someone's always getting attacked. So I don't really know what she thought was going to happen by posting this video. I mean, she acts like she didn't think that James was going to get attacked, but obviously your subscribers are going to be on your side, you know? And now the entire world is on your side. And so I'm just sitting here like, okay, so if you really loved this person and you really cared about them, why would you air your dirty laundry about them to the entire world? Like, I made a breakup video, for example, and I could have aired so much dirty shit. I could have been so much worse in the video. And it's like, it's not hard to just not say rude shit about someone. Or how she brought his family into it. It's just like, I just found it really unprofessional. Especially when supposedly, perfect timing, actually, James just posted a video today, which I didn't even know about, and someone thankfully DM'd me and told me about it. Because I would have totally missed it before I filmed this video. In James's video, he kind of negates everything that happened, which was my thoughts exactly. It's kind of funny because I was texting Sarah about it after I posted the poll, and I could tell that people wanted to hear me talk about the drama. I was texting Sarah about it, and I was like, I just don't like the way that she handled it. I don't feel like the whole story is being told. I'll try to insert the screenshots on the screen. I've been onto this shit before I even watched James's video. I knew, okay? I was texting Sarah like, I just don't like the way that she did the video. Like, I feel like it was just kind of, especially the second one she came out with, I was like, girl, you can edit out yourself trying to gather yourself when you're crying, you know? For example, once again, in my breakup video, yes, I was crying in it, but if you notice, like, there's always a cut when I am crying because I, like, gather myself, and then I cut it out in the video because the purpose of me posting the breakup video wasn't for sympathy, and it wasn't for people to feel bad for me and sit there and watch me cry. So it's like, I know the ins and outs of what it takes to film a YouTube video, edit a YouTube video, and post it, and she made the conscious decision to leave in seconds upon seconds upon seconds of her crying, and I just feel like it was kind of like a, oh, feel bad for me. I didn't mean for this to happen, like, I didn't want him to be canceled. But in the initial video, like, you called out his family, you called out his personal business, you attacked him for way more than just an ad on an Instagram story, you know? So in my opinion, I honestly feel like Tati kind of, like, I don't think, once again, like, I hate when people are mean to people, and I hate when people bully people. Like, I hate that. I'm just giving my opinion, especially because I feel like James has received a lot of hate that I don't think he deserved. Even though I will say, in the past, I haven't even liked James Charles. If I'm being honest, I've always thought that he's a little bit full of himself just from the videos that I've watched, which he even admitted in the video he just posted today regarding the drama. He even says that he has kind of let his ego get the best of him, and he's going to work on that. And that's kind of exactly how I felt about him, was just that he kind of had like an air about him that he just kind of thought he was hot shit, which I just don't enjoy watching, which is why I've never really watched his videos. Where was I going with this? I knew this video was going to be kind of all over the place because I have a lot of opinions and I have a lot of stuff to say. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, just because I didn't take notes or anything, so I'm going to try to talk off the top of my head. But so yeah, I basically just feel like it was kind of an attack on him, an unnecessary attack. And especially because we learned from James' video that Tati left out a lot of stuff and kind of twisted a lot of stuff in her favor just to kind of make him look worse than he was, which is fucked up because you're posting a video on a platform that you have 5 million. She had 5 million subscribers. Now I don't even know how many she has, like 10 million. And you're posting a video on this platform that you already have a ton of people watching you on, and then you're gonna fabricate stuff to try to make your story look better than it is. Like, why not just tell the truth? Or why not just not post the video? Like, I know she says that Gabriel Zamora like forced her hand. I still wouldn't have posted the video. Like I said, Sarah could probably murder someone and I still wouldn't post a video exposing her. Like, if you once love someone, you don't want to see their life and their entire world crumble around them, you know? Ooh, I'm getting really worked up, so I'm just going to try this Tres Leches cake. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but I'm really nervous. I hope I like it. Let's see. Ooh, it smells good. Holy crap. Okay, sorry, my camera just died while I was trying this. I think it caught my reaction, but basically I'm in love with it, and I was saying that I'm really glad that I didn't make this at home because I don't know if I could have made it as good as this, because this is so good. Okay, so my camera died again because I guess last time I went to go charge my battery, I must have put it in wrong, and so it wasn't charging even though it was plugged in. So hopefully I just charged my camera for like 20 minutes and put this in the oven so it'd stay warm. So hopefully my camera doesn't die again, because it was the worst timing because I just tried the cake and I wanted to keep eating it, and I was like, I can't eat it because I can't come back on camera and have it be like half eaten because that would just be embarrassing. Back to the cake. The top tastes like Cool Whip kind of, and then the actual cake part is just like, I don't know if you can see, like I don't know if it's going to show that at all, but it's wet because of the milk that they pour over it. So good though. They also sell, the place I got this from also sells like different flavors. So I kind of want to just like buy all their flavors and try them. So good. Wow. I really like how it's sweet, but it's not like, well, it's kind of dangerous because it's not like overpoweringly sweet, so I know I could probably eat this whole thing in one sitting. But I'll have to hold myself back from that. Anyways, what was I saying? I don't know, it was like 20 minutes ago, so I kind of forget. Well, I guess my whole point of the whole thing is that it bothered me that I felt like Tati took advantage of the fact that James was kind of already under fire for stuff, and then posted a video about it and claimed that she doesn't think, or she didn't know that people were gonna like totally take her side, but I feel like she did. And there's like no fault against her. Like, yeah, he did technically screw her over, and like if he was a real true friend, like, and I was at Coachella and that happened to me, I would have just left. Like, I wouldn't have screwed over my friend just to get a VIP pass or whatever pass he needed to feel safe. I would have just left because it wouldn't have been worth it to me to like ruin a friendship over. So I totally get why she's upset, but I just felt like the whole way she like posted the video and like omitted things. She called him out for saying that he was famous. Like, you know how people make a joke like, oh, I'm so famous? When in her video she said it like he really meant like, I'm famous, I can get what I want. But she omitted the fact that that's just an inside joke that their friends have, is to say like, oh, I'm so famous, you know, like just being sarcastic. I totally understand. Like, I call Sarah queen all the time. I know she's not a real queen. She's my queen, but like she's not a legit queen. So like I totally understand that. And I just fucked up that Tati knew that that was like an inside joke, and she still tried to say it online, knowing that it could easily be taken out of context. If you hear someone say, I'm so famous, they automatically sound conceited, but that's not really what he meant. Or the fact that she omitted that he had reached out to her like so many times trying to rectify the situation and deal with it privately, but she decided that she felt like she needed to take it publicly. Which, once again, is totally her decision. Like, she can post and film the video if she wants. I'm just saying, don't try to backtrack later and be like, I don't want you guys to bully him and I don't want him to be canceled. I just wanted to call him out. Like, no, you kind of had a vendetta against him and you just unleashed it in a video that like 50 million people watched, you know? So, and I'm not even going to really mention Jeffree Star in this video. I think In my eyes, he's not even really involved. He just always has to involve himself in drama, and I'm just like bored of it. Like it's like not interesting anymore. I think he's mean. Like I don't personally support him. Which I guess kind of gets me to my next point of this whole rant. Like me saying that I don't support Jeffree. My next part of the whole rant is about cancel culture. I fucking hate cancel culture. And I hate how everyone is so quick to like jump on the train to bully someone and be like, oh haha, it's hilarious that people hate on him, or it's hilarious to go comment on his video and make nicknames against him and hashtag like James Charles' over party. I hate that. It's just like, it's just a large scale form of bullying in my opinion. It's one thing to voice your opinions about it in a respectful way, and then it's one thing to just laugh at someone else's demise. Like it's not funny. Especially if you didn't hear his side of the story before you even like jump to conclusions. Like Tati didn't provide any receipts in her video. It's not like I guess in some cases if someone provides like legit receipts, you don't even need to hear the other person's side. It's kind of like spelled out for you what happened, but it's literally, when her video is just a he said, she said, because she's saying that the story happened one way, but she's not providing any proof that that's how it happened. Even though in her thumbnail, she alluded to the fact that she was going to do that, which was a very tactical move in my opinion, because in her thumbnail, she shows that she has screenshots of text messages, but those text messages didn't prove anything. So it was like kind of like a clickbait thumbnail. So yeah, I just don't like when people like think it's okay to bully someone. Like James Charles would be so mean about him and like say such nasty things about him. I just don't think it's cool. I don't understand why it's become popular. If you want to voice how upset you are, like I can voice from what James Charles screenshotted that Jeffree Star said. I don't agree with what Jeffree Star said, and I think it's fucked up. That's not the same thing as me going around parading and being like, I fucking hate Jeffree Star, like haha, I'm glad that everyone hates him, like haha, it's so funny, like let's drop his subscribers down, like ha ha ha. It's not a game. And I feel like people like doing it because it makes them feel powerful, like you had a hand in bringing this person to fame, kind of, because like the only reason why they're famous is because you subscribe to them. And I feel like people like feeling like they had a hand in bringing someone up, and then they can take it away just as quickly, you know? It makes them feel good for some reason. And I just hate it, especially when a lot of the times it's like an innocent mistake. Like nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. I've done some fucked up things in my past. Everyone has. And it's like, you don't have to support that person, but like why do you have to be so mean about it and think that it's hilarious that they're probably fucking depressed that they're losing millions of subscribers? It's their life. Like it's punishment enough, you know? I mean, I don't know if I would have had this opinion about it if I wasn't on YouTube myself, but I just thinking about how I would feel if I was reading all that stuff about me, like I can't even imagine. So I just feel bad that people are so quick to just totally be so against somebody just because of one video that someone posted that wasn't even factual, you know? So I think that's all I had to say on that. I'm kind of like a James Charles stan now. Like I kind of like him. Even though I used to not. When I was watching his video, he just seemed like really rational. He seemed really rational. And he wasn't, even though he could have been so mean about Jeffree Star and been so mean about Tati, he wasn't. Like he didn't call out their family like how Tati called out his family. He just kept it strictly facts, which is I feel like what you should do if you're posting a video about someone, if you're even going to do it in the first place. And yeah, I just feel like out of everyone in the situation, he was the most respectful. The internet can just be such a scary, like, mob mentality sometimes. But on that note, I guess I'll start talking about the Nikocado drama with Trisha, because I feel like with the Tati James drama, neither party was really that much in the wrong. Like, Tati was obviously hurt, so she filmed the video. James was obviously not really in the wrong after he's given receipts about what actually happened. I feel like it was more of just like a miscommunication between friends that happened. But with the Nikocado avocado drama and Trisha, it's different than that, and I think it's a lot more fucked up than the Tati drama. In my opinion, it's just an example of a YouTuber who has kind of let fame get to her head, I guess. I don't even know, because it's so hard to get a grasp on Trisha Paytas. Like, I really don't understand her. And that was, like, I've always loved her, though. I literally dressed up for her as Halloween, so it's, like, kind of heartbreaking in a way. I'm not trying to hate on her or say that people should hate on her or send her hate or anything. I just can't support her after watching Nicocado's videos about it, because he provided receipts. That's what I'm saying. Like, he actually provided receipts. Basically, if you want, like, a rundown about what happened a couple years ago, when mukbangs were first getting popular and people were first beginning to film them, at least in the US. I know they were popular in Korea a little bit before that. But when they first started getting popular in the US, Nikocado had been watching Trisha Paytas. He really liked Trisha Paytas. And basically, he plays the violin, and so he did this rendition or cover to her song. And she loved it, commented on the video and said, like, I love it so much. And then she DM'd him and was like, we need to get together and do a collab and all that stuff. So it all seemed like hunky-dory. He's obviously stoked. Like, I can't even imagine where my mind would be if Trisha fucking Paytas had DM'd me and been like, let's do a collab. I probably would have shit myself. I'm not gonna lie. Especially because at that point, I think he said he only had like 50,000 subscribers, which compared to her, like, she had millions, you know? So he's, like, obviously super excited, and he provides receipts for, or screenshots of their DMs where they plan out a day that they are going to collab, and he's going to fly back to the States. He already has to fly back apparently because of his visa. Like, he has to land on American soil every certain amount of days, and so he was already going to fly back anyway. So he's like, it's perfect timing, we can do a collab or whatever. So he buys the tickets. He's gonna fly to LA, and she just never messages him ever again. Like, she plans the collab and then just ghosts him. Which, when I was first watching his video, I was like, yeah, I can kind of see myself doing that. Like, not ghosting someone, but if you have social anxiety, I have social anxiety. And I can totally, like, I constantly make plans and then I cancel. Like, I'm like, sorry, like, I'm busy. I'm not busy, but I just, like, get anxious and I don't want to go. And so I can totally see that happening to me if I was to plan a collab, just, like, kind of getting cold feet. And so when I was first watching it, I was like, yeah, it's fucked up that she didn't reach out to him and say, hey, it's not going to work out. But maybe she was embarrassed, you know, like, that was my thought process. Like, I'm still in my mind trying to, like, stand up for her and be like, well, you know, like, if I was in her position, blah, blah, blah. Then, because he was vocally talking about the fact that they were gonna collab, and then obviously his subscribers realized that it never happened, and so people, like, just find out about it. Rumors swirl about what happened, and she basically alludes to the fact that he was, like, a crazy subscriber that got ahead of himself and, like, kind of flew to LA without her ever talking to her, which he literally shows receipts of their DMs where they plan out the day. But then after it happened, she tried to pretend like she didn't know him. She tried to pretend like he was a crazy fan. She tried to act like she had never asked him to collab. She was like, verbatim, I don't know where that idea came from. Like, I don't know why he thought I was going to collab with him. Like, I don't know, maybe because you DM'd him and said that you were. I don't know where that idea could have come from. So I think that's like messed up that she lied about it and was totally okay with not taking responsibility for it. Y'all, my camera died again. Is the Tati gods coming down from heaven to strike me down, or like what's happening? Maybe it's the Trisha gods. So basically I just don't think it's cool that she led her fan base, which once again is a couple million people, into believing that Nikocado was some crazy obsessed fan that just got ahead of himself. Like, I just, like, that's just so fucked up to me. And I know people are like, well, that's just Trisha. Like, that's just how Trisha is. Like, no. Being crazy for views and being provocative for views isn't the same thing as, like, slandering someone's reputation, basically. Like, that will stick with them. Like, imagine if I had never heard of Nikocado and had only seen Trisha's opinions about him or what she said about him. I would have never watched his videos. I would have been like, oh, that's the guy that took it too far with Trisha. Didn't hear both sides because Nick didn't talk about it for a long time. He just has recently just released a video on it. Like, if I didn't hear his side and was like, well, he's not ever talking about it, it's probably because he was the one in the wrong. I can easily see myself having this preconceived idea of what Nick acts like and who he is just because Trisha spread lies, you know? And I know that she's not dumb. I think Trisha Paytas is very smart. I've always liked her because of that reason. Like, I think that she purposely acts crazy and weird to get views, which is kind of a genius idea if you think about it. Like, I think all of her videos and meltdowns and trolling is calculated and smart, and it's entertaining. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I used to love watching her videos. And so I know she's not dumb. I know she knows what she's doing, especially now, like, deleting comments and not owning up to it. It's like, if you were to just apologize and just say, I'm sorry, I fucked up, I shouldn't have ghosted you, Nick, and lied, I'd be like, well, that's mature of Trisha. That's kind of shocking, actually. But she's not doing any of that. She's just deleting comments and pretending that it didn't happen and posting about having mental breakdowns and dealing with depression and stuff. Which is also, if this is true, this is Nick's opinion, I hate to make judgments about people's mental health. I don't know if she really deals with depression. I know I do, and I would hate if I actually did for someone to try to say that I didn't. So I'm not going to make a judgment about whether or not she deals with depression. Like Nick said, it's a really, honestly, perfect timing for her to post this video about dealing with depression, because it kind of gives her a scapegoat, not a scapegoat, kind of a scapegoat. Like, she's using her depression as a scapegoat in a way for why she's acting this way or why she did that to Nick. Which, from dealing with depression myself, yes, I have lashed out at people because I've been sad or frustrated or whatever. Depression can make you into someone that you are not, but I also have the clarity of mind and the respect for people that I care about, and just respect for people in general, to apologize if I hurt someone, you know? Hey, sorry, I have had a really bad mental health week and I didn't mean to snap at you and I didn't mean to do that. You didn't deserve that. That's my fault and I'm really sorry. That's all you have to say, you know? And I hate people use mental health as a scapegoat if that's what she's doing. Especially because that's what my mom used to do with my dad. No shade to my mom, obviously, I love her. But she did used to make excuses for my dad. Excuse me. She did used to make excuses for my dad because he's never been diagnosed with depression or any type of disorder, because he refuses to see a mental health professional. But I mean, just based off the signs, he probably is bipolar and deals with depression. And so my mom would always kind of blame that on why he acted the way he did towards her and me and my sister. And you know, like, to me, that's just not an excuse. Either you love someone and you care about them and you care about how they feel, or you don't, in my opinion. Either you are a good person, whether or not you have depression or not, or you're not. It's really like your mental health shouldn't dictate how you treat others, you know? So if she doesn't actually deal with depression and she just kind of saying that for pity, that's fucked up. It is kind of her style to post these kind of videos, or like having breakdowns after something controversial happens with her, just to kind of divert the attention. I don't know, I view her a lot differently now. And I'm not saying, once again, I'm not trying to cancel somebody or like create drama for them. I just think it's also important to let people know what she's doing, and that she is manipulating her subscribers into supporting her bullying someone, basically, in my eyes. And to be like totally unbiased too, I know that Nick did omit Trisha kind of standing up for him, I guess. Not really standing up for him, but I don't know this YouTuber, but he makes videos about people or something, about how they're fat, I don't know. And Trisha kind of stood up for Nick in a way. I hope this makes sense. So basically, this YouTuber who makes the videos about people being fat was on a live stream, I think, with Trisha, or like they were in a joint live stream together. And Nick omitted the fact that Trish kind of stood up for him with this guy calling him overweight. Like, Trisha was just like, well, why does it matter? And that kind of made Nick look sketchy. But in my eyes too, it's like, if the one thing that someone did for me that was like somewhat nice, the rest of the time they've just been like an asshole to me and spread lies about me and ghosted me. Like, if the one nice thing they did was like kind of half-assed stand up for me, I wouldn't include it in the video either, because it's not like a testament to her character. It's just like she probably didn't want to look like a bitch on live stream, you know? So yeah, he did omit it, but he still gave so many receipts, so many facts about the situation, that I just don't think that there's a side that she could share that would change my mind. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents. I'm gonna turn this around so you guys can kind of see the inside too. See if you can kind of see how it's like super milky down at the bottom. It makes it so good. It just makes it like super soft. So yeah, I mean, if Trisha was to come out with a video apologizing, I would support her again in a second, just because I've always wanted to see her win. Like, it's cool to me that she is so openly sexual and so just herself. Like I said, I dressed up as her for Halloween, but I just can't support someone who's just totally lying and not even owning up to her shit, you know? It's just immature. So yeah, and that's pretty much all I had to say about the matters at hand. I'm sure I forgot something, like I'm sure I did, but I think that's like essentially what I wanted to touch on. Yeah, pretty sure. I hope you guys somewhat enjoyed me giving my 2 cents and talking about drama. If not, I will be doing a true crime or conspiracy video next week, depending on whether or not people comment if they care. Like, it will be a true crime video if people comment that true crime and conspiracy is the same thing to them. But if no one wants to see true crime and they only want to see conspiracy, then I'll have to think of a conspiracy for next week. But believe it or not, my camera just died as I was just saying my outro. Basically, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I hope you enjoyed the food. And yeah, I know, like, ever since I've been cutting, my stomach capacity has just shrunk and I can't eat as much as I used to, and it's annoying. But once I get back to my regular, like, eating whatever, I'll be able to kill some more food for you guys. So I just feel like a little bitch right now. Like, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I will see you next week.